So, you back with Real Time Slurr, Space, Rizzy. Our next topic is music in 2017-18. Is it an age barrier or is it just a lack of content? What are your thoughts? We are taking all comments, questions, answers, replies. Oh shit, niggas got sound effects. It's only the second week. We lit. So pretty much the question is, again, just to restate it for anybody new that's joining us. The state of music, is it a generational gap or is it just lack of content? Space. Thoughts?
I mean, I would say somewhere in between the two because nobody is really, I mean, we transcend the generations because music ain't gonna sound like what it used to sound like. So it's hard for the older generations to be able to really teach the next ones coming, unless it's as far as how to handle music from a business perspective. And there's a slight gap in that because there's no bridge between the underground and the celebrities of old, I guess you could say, even from especially New York. Like, they don't reach out to us, so, you know, that's hard. As far as the talent is concerned, the talent is scattered, and
I think that's one of the things you have to elaborate, not to cut you off. What do you mean by talent is scattered?
like, talent is scattered because the opinion of talent doesn't hold the same substance as it used to hold.
Okay.
Like,
Is that lack of lyrics, lack of, what do you mean by
people want
substance?
to be free. Hip hop used to be locked into what it was.
Okay.
You rap, you got a nice hook, you're talking about something, people like it. Then it became, I want to dance, I'm in the club, I don't want to just sit here and listen to this and drink.
Okay.
So now, the lyrical content didn't matter as much as long as you said something that got the people moving.
Yeah.
So it kind of went back, people wouldn't think of it this way, but it kind of went back to the days of when a DJ would MC to control the crowd.
Okay.
That's pretty much what these artists are doing. Like, you hear, ran down on that bitch twice. You got a bunch of, chicks that's like, I done been in the hood and I had to run down on the bitch. So they like that line. So it's less about the lyrical content of your verse and more about the allure of the statement that you're making.
So pretty much you're saying it's less about the complete song, but if you have a line or two that can propel your song.
You can be commercially successful potentially with the right combination of catchy line and beat.
Okay, so just to throw a slight rebuttal in there, you know what I'm saying, see where we stand, see where the people stand in are. So some people will interject and say that because you have slim margin of artists that can still put content out, still give you what you just spoke about on beat with that line that attracts you, and just overall total song concept and structure that will put you to be like, yo, that album I can listen to front to back. It might be one or two songs, but the majority of that album I can listen to.
That's the thing, like, you don't have to have, nowadays people don't really care about their full album being successful. It helps, but enough people can buy you a single for you to be rich.
This is true.
Or
so do you think the streaming industry
Yeah,
help that along, because you used to buy an album just to figure out what your 3 singles will be.
The fact that people pirate music so much, it comes into account and it takes away from the the amount of money that an artist could make.
Yeah.
Just simply putting an album out and worrying about, sales from a store. It's not gonna happen that way.
Okay.
So the streaming is like, I could put out 2 albums and 2 mixtapes in a year and have between those 4 projects 8 singles that click.
Yeah.
Not all on the same level, but just different. And I have an income from each one of those on streaming networks. Videos,
8 songs. You can definitely tour for 8 songs.
You doing tours and shows, you're just doing the same songs.
Crazy. Maybe not even tour, but you can definitely not like that as a full tour. But you can do club appearances,
Or let's say if you're an artist and Lil Yachty is doing a full tour. Now you're an artist that's on tour with Yachty. So now you're in that. Yeah, so you don't really have to have an album that's necessarily, I'm the most lyrical guy, but I got 6 songs that I can go on stage and stretch this shit for about 30 minutes, putting the songs in between that y'all may not know, but it's me.
Yeah,
so y'all gonna fuck
so now,
with it.
And if you here and you rocking with me, you gonna.
Yeah. Then when I drop the hit, then you like,
I heard
shit.
this shit 'cause I went to the show.
That's what a lot of artists are doing. I mean, I seen Future perform recently, and it wasn't any like album content. It was just random hits from his career so far. So you can do it that way as well.
Okay.
As long as you got enough commercial success within your musical portfolio, you're guaranteed to be able to garnish something.
All right.
If not that, you have to have, not to cut you off, you have to have true fans like a Chance the Rapper, a Kendrick, a J. Cole. Those are true fans that are dedicated to their lyrical content and their message.
Do you call that? Because I think to define true friends, you have to. I mean, true fans, you have to have you have to been in the game a decent amount of time to develop true fans. So, for indie artists or artists just getting on, you may not know what your niche is or what your fans love you for, because they're still figuring that out with you. If you've been out for a year or 2 years, like the same way you say you could be Lil Uzi, you could be on his show, concert tour, and you build fans like that, but you don't never mature into the artist that you might have been, or you might have already matured. But a lot of artists take time to mature at an indie, coming from an indie stage. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like your demographic could change, or you just know how to make that music for your demographic so much better that it's like, yo, he can never not. I feel like Future fans feel like he can never not make a hit.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. You have to have Future fans know that he can never not make a hit, but Future fans are never looking to listen to a song and feel like they gained some deep message from it. They're just trying to have a little fun.
Yeah.
So that's why I mentioned Chance,
Cole,
Kendrick. Those are guys that started out just banging out that lyrical content until it started to gravitate the fans towards them, and they found the people that liked that real.
Okay.
And then they turned that into a worldwide success. And you have some people that only like J. Cole because they heard Hit It in the Morning on the radio. Mm-hmm. You got some people that only like Kendrick because they heard Swimming Pools. Because his album was like, what the fuck is this? But in between that, real fans, like I'm saying, that want that lyrical content, and the radio people that's like, I just want to drink and say Swimming Pools. Yeah. You find some kind of success. But you have to have either immediate viral commercial success or for those hits that people just want to have fun to. But
facts.
10 years from now, it's not going to have the same message. Like 10 years from now, somebody could play To Pimp a Butterfly and be like, damn, this album right here. But 10 years from now, that person that's on Percocets and Molly at a club listening to Future, they might hear that shit on the radio and turn it off because they in the car with their kids and they don't even want to think about that life they used to live.
Yeah.
So it's just, 2 different levels.
So, do you think it's disconnect between the upper echelon and the mid hitters come, and then from the mid hitters, I'm gonna say upper echelon, in your opinion, just so we're together. We're talking for this era now would be what? Drake, Kendrick, Cole, Fab, Jeezy, things of those natures.
Even if
Yes
you
or
want
no?
to throw dudes like Banks and Corey Guns and dudes like that in there.
See, now this is where the conversation gets thick.
That, financially, that's
but
yeah, money
you gotta
wise,
think,
that's a low way.
even now with that though, mainstream, I wouldn't call Banks.
Oh,
no matter how much I like.
Nah, he was, but now he's not mainstream.
I don't think he had that run like that. Like
he had a run. He had a run as a part of a unit.
Yeah. And on the solo tip, he tasted it a little bit, but I don't think I would call him a main. I'm not gonna call him indie. I would call him underground. So and see that, and this is where we going with that. What's underground? Because pretty much, if you're the mainstream, if your shit is spinning on the radio anytime you drop something, or the majority of the times that you drop something, excuse me.
That's what I would say.
How do you label niggas that fall under that, and why should they keep aspiring to be a mainstream or be the upper echelon
I'll put it
underground?
to you like this.
Wait,
If
refill.
Banks,
Real Time Slurr.
If Banks wanted to
Real Time Slurr.
drop if Banks wanted to drop a hit, if he came out with a commercial joint that was booming, like on some Beamer, Benz, and Bentley shit when that came out.
One more, dude.
Yeah. If he dropped some shit like that,
They got me looking at my cup like, hold up.
today, he could make connection to Flex or whoever the fuck he gotta make a connection to, and that shit will be on the radio. That's the power he has, whether you want to call him mainstream, underground, or not. My thing
You think
is,
so?
Yes, I guarantee you that.
You think so?
Context don't disappear.
Content don't
it don't
disappear,
matter,
but
listen.
your time frame, and you gotta think.
Your time frame disappears.
Radio was on
Yeah, your time frame.
Radio was on a. Let me see that one. Radio was really on a who's hot type of thing. So do you think Banks really still has that juice? And do you think the DJs really still believe in him that
until
much?
they're heard. Nobody, like, you could be hot somewhere. I mean, we both got hot songs that niggas ain't never heard or the right people ain't heard, so whatever the case. But Lloyd Banks drop a hit or some trap type sounding song, that shit's gonna be on the radio tomorrow.
I believe.
Lloyd Banks.
I think it's
back. New York is back.
I think it's gonna take a time. I think now.
It might take time to get requested.
No, but because you gotta think. All right, now what time are you? Because this still goes with the underground, mainstream. Because now is he gonna be on the top syndicated time frames, or will he fall into one of those people that got a little pull?
His song will get dropped. Let's say.
What time of the day will it come on?
Let's go 105.1. Let's say, who is that? Envy, right?
I don't. Envy may play it because of his ties.
Envy's with the Breakfast
Yeah,
Club.
but Envy may play that because of his ties with 50.
No, not even
You
that.
don't think so?
I mean, it don't matter. Regardless, he still the connections don't go.
All right.
Even if it's not Flex, Flex is still cool with 50 though.
Yeah.
So either way, 50 can even make the call. Yo, we got something. I'm gonna play it for you. If they hear it and they like it, the fact is that the direct contact is there. Whereas they're not gonna come to an underground show to see what New York is doing and say, yo, let me elevate somebody here. Or I'm gonna be on the panel one day. I'm gonna pop out. This is a big show. I see y'all working out here. Nobody's making that leap except for, like I said, dudes like Fred the Godson, people like that. You see a couple of those dudes at events, but it's really hard to make the contact to say, listen, like, are you at this show because you like, it's a bunch of niggas here that's gonna rap? Or are you listening like, that dude is really kind of nice?
Is that a nigga not putting in enough work, or the people and promoters not bringing enough people to get people to view them?
Nah, because as an artist to an artist, you know when another nigga is dope. So if I see you at an underground event, but you just chilling, you're not listening.
Yeah.
So I could be on stage like, yo, Fred is in here, about to speak my soul. But you're just not listening, because you're not here for that. So it never
But shouldn't
transcends.
you be there for that?
That's what I'm saying. And that's why there's that gap between the underground and then the celebrities in New York that are on and that can really do something because they aren't really listening.
Yeah.
So, you know, if somebody's at an event, he might have just popped out as a favor. He might have actually got paid under the table for it. You never know what it is, but they don't care enough to be like, yo, let me see what's really going on. And, yo, this dude is kind of dope. Like, I'm not going to run down on him now because I don't want to make him feel like, yo, he going to be calling me every day thinking I'm about to change his life because I don't have that kind of power. But at least to say, I monitored your music and I might have hit you up separately for a collab. Let's start small. Let's do something like that. But nobody is really doing that unless you got your own fame buzzing. You know?
So is that still a problem on upper mainstream, or are we talking about Fred the Godson level, which is he's seeing mainstream level, but he maybe never fully broke through and down? Or we just talking about strictly underground, the indie scene completely?
I mean, it goes longer than that. I mean, we all know Jay ain't listening to fucking mixtapes and hearing niggas' music out and whatever the case like that. That is another
Jay
level.
does listen to music though, because he listens to music. I believe that.
Yeah, he listens to music, but
you have to have some shit already
will
going.
Jay ever go to a underground event and sit there and see what the top talent in New York is showcasing right now? I highly doubt that.
You got a point with that.
I highly doubt it. You can send that man all the invites in the world. Now, his reason for not doing that may be that motherfucker just trying to see my face as I walk in. That is a valid point, but I don't think it's in his mind to say, I'm going to see what New York is doing right now because I hear the underground circuit is buzzing.
True.
That's what it comes down to. Niggas
So
don't really care.
the top 10 niggas pretty much is not looking for other artists, and they don't want to go through. And okay, so this will make an artist maybe feel like it's not worth it, because the gatekeepers are not looking for music, or they just so far gone.
The gatekeepers that's at J level expect you to make him have to notice you.
Okay.
And it's respectable.
But that's a lot.
It's a lot.
You fucking living life.
It's a lot, but it's
different
one
type
of
of
those
life.
things where you have to look at your self-execution and say, what would it take? What kind of bricks would I have to lay to build the house that Jay gonna look at?
Off the rip from that, you know what your budget would have to look like to get anybody in Jay's camp interested in you, unless you're at the lowest level in Jay's camp and you just trying to make your name known. And if you did that,
it's hard, but J. Cole did it. Now,
true.
As far as and that's the thing.
I think J. Cole did it in a different time frame,
he did it in a different time frame.
We was in high school when J. Cole got on.
But that was also the prime.
That shit's damn near 10 years ago.
That was also the prime of social media and stuff like that.
Okay.
He used it, and he also built his brand.
10 years ago.
He built an organic following. He met people.
And he was at a great college for that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I think in that time frame of his life and what was going on in the world, they say timing is everything.
I look at it that way, but before I take anything from anybody, I look at what they made.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like you came to New York, you went to school, you found a way to make music. A lot of us be like, I can't do this because I'm in school. I can't. So it's still
too much between you.
Yeah, it's still like a grind that happens to make yourself notice. So it is possible to say, I'm gonna go crazy for this and I'm gonna make this work. But there's also the reality that none of these niggas care that I'm busting my ass to make this shit happen.
That's a fact.
So you have to, you know, you gotta grit it and bear it, pretty much. You can't look at it hoping, well, I'm not gonna do this because I don't see any immediate reward from it. You gotta make the reward come.
Yeah.
And, you know, build yourself from there. But that's the hard thing about it. Everybody's looking for, as an artist, you want to be appreciated, you want to be seen. You're creating all this shit and nobody fucking cares. That's how you feel about it. So you gotta find a way to keep on pushing until the right person finds it. You have to care enough that it still has a reason to live.
That's a fact. On some other shit though, my bad. I really didn't know how to turn my camera around just for a minute. What's New York turned up music?
Yeah,
we had time to think about it, so now
I don't believe that New York has turned up music, and that's become the problem in music. Like people be like, yo, wow, these Southern dudes is getting all the play, and y'all New York radio artists, y'all New York radio DJs. I mean, y'all keep on playing these dudes that's from the South, and y'all not giving us no airplay. But the people want to dance nowadays. The people want to move, and New York artists don't really do that turn up shit. We got a vibe to us. We chill. You know what I mean? We have our own sound. And a lot of artists out here are emulating what they think is turned up music. So they're just doing a bunch of fucking bootleg drill music and sounding like Migos and shit like that. And it's not working out. Because they trying to find a way to, you know, make the people also move to their music. So New York turn up, I mean, we was talking about Busta Rhymes. He's just an energetic nigga. They don't really got to do nothing with specific about New York turn up.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
But see, that era is also different. So like that turned up music, and I think that's what we touched on last time, was the fact that, my bad, I'm calculating business at the moment. I'm sorry, y'all. We talk about money moves. I think Busta Rhymes in that era, like 90s music.
I mean, 'cause you can say Missy Elliott, like we talked about that, like.
Okay, so we're gonna define it right now. Turned up music for the 90s to now is what? Whatever you party to when you went to the club, right or wrong?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you party to everything, but when shit got amped, you got amped with it. It wasn't really like yo, this is New York turn up. Like,
Yeah.
there was really no definition for that. It's just New York music, you know, we turn up a little bit, then we go back to the vibe, then we grind a little bit, then we go fuck home. Like, niggas wasn't really doing much, you know. It was Harlem that was more like doing all that Harlem Shake shit, you know what I mean? Then, you know, Harlem was more of the dance. So if you want to equate turn up to dance, then you can say all of the Harlem artists in the early 2000s and the chicken noodle soups and the get light music, you can call that New York turn up. That's the best explanation I can really give for it, you know.
But see, this is my thing. If we calling turn up dance music, or we calling turn up shit that you can dance to, like where it's not a nigga telling you how to do all the dance like, that goes with that music.
That's why there's a difference. South niggas make turn up music. We in New York, and you know, probably most of
so
these
South
folks,
music is
we
what?
turn up to certain music.
Okay, I can.
So we'll make something that's like, alright, hey,
yeah, I can get my shit right.
Yeah, it's like they just make turned up music. Like the whole album is Percocets and Molly. We're not doing that, you know. It's a little different. So it's hard to break that barrier.
I agree with that. So still in that realm, what is it that what is it in that realm, or if you can name it now or you can name it later? We need songs so people can relate to what that is. Like last time I said,
like that's what
Yin Yang Twins. For me in New York, when I used to go to the parties and from the
that's
window, that's not New York, but
yeah.
that shit when that shit came on, you knew it was. For me, when I first started going to parties, it was next for me.
Alright, this is what I said. Diddy,
Wifey and shit like that.
Diddy is a perfect example of New York niggas trying to turn up. Diddy realized that we gotta make something to make the people move. We gotta make the people dance. That's why you see Diddy in the videos with the big ass suits talking about doing all the extra shit, because eventually it can't just be this.
Alright. So
how long you gonna do this shit in the club trying to talk to a chick? It's a lot easier to be like, hey.
I don't know if it's that easy. I don't know.
I mean, for us, it's not, because we're
I'm
from New York.
not a dancing nigga, so
we're from New York, so we used to.
no, that's a dancing move though.
No.
Millie Rock is not a New York
No,
dance.
that's what it's not. Millie Rock is not a New York dance.
Who Millie came up with that shit? That nigga's from Brooklyn.
I don't call that shit New York dance.
I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying, when I first seen it, on a t-shirt, Millie Rock on Annie Block. That was a nigga from Brooklyn. Just like when 50 had us in the shit like, I get money.
I mean,
you know I'm just saying.
They are very similar. People just don't equate it.
I'm just saying.
People just don't equate it. Because Millie Rock is a lot of extra shit. It's fun, but it's extra.
I mean,
maybe I'm just old.
Yeah. You know what I think? I think that be boiling down to that shit too, because we old, and then we're not the.
I mean, I wasn't Harlem shaking either. So
well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just not a dancer.
We're not the dancer for that. We're the dancer that. Oh, you got some nice shit on you, bitch. I already have. Oh, Facebook. I'm sorry about calling females bitches, but I call them bitches a lot, and I can't help it. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to tame that. Cool. So that was just my disclaimer. So, and that right, we're not those dudes that's gonna be in a party like, hey, I'm about to Millie Rock through this whole shit. We about to Harlem. We're not gonna do that. But now we see a chick we like, we'll get behind that like, oh, alright. And even still to that, we still may not be the best dancers, but we gonna work our magic because that's what we do.
I disagree with that.
Why? When you Millie Rock in the club?
I don't Millie Rock.
Exactly.
But a bunch of New York niggas Millie Rock. A bunch of New York niggas Harlem.
I was talking about us.
A bunch of New York niggas get light now because I'm talking about New York turn up music.
Okay.
So.
But we came from the era. I was talking about us coming from the era where that's probably why we don't do that.
This is my example of why I say Millie Rock is not a New York dance. Even though you said it was originated by a Brooklyn nigga.
Just saying.
This is what I'm saying.
From what I know.
This is my point. This is the difference between New York turn up music and turned up music. Niggas Millie Rock to Migos shit, Young Thug shit, Young Future shit.
Okay.
More than they Millie Rock to Millie Rock on any block.
Okay.
Now, it's
because that nigga introduced that shit. That nigga just took it to. They making the music for that.
Listen, it's because of the sound. Their sound. It just goes to it. It flows. Whereas there's not too many other New York songs that you can Millie Rock to. The Millie Rock song, Millie Rock on any block, but then
I seen Millie Rock. I seen Millie Rock's Spanish music, baby.
But then you hit my bitch is bad and bougie, bad cooking up dough with a ooh. It fits a lot better than you trying to Millie Rock to ooh. You can't Millie Rock to Cardi B shit. You can't Millie Rock to a lot of A Boogie shit. You know, it might be able to fit, but when you hear that Migos beat drop, you like, and that's when you bring it up here, you start wilding with the shit. So it's like, it just fits because they make turned up music. Whereas New York niggas will come up with a dance, we'll Harlem shake, we'll do all that shit. But when the southern shit comes on, it's just a different thing that happens for certain people.
Alright, so you got me thinking that there ain't no real New York turned up music now. Cause I think when I was growing up, DMX might have had my turned up music there. DMX, I know Jay had a lot of turned up New York joints.
It's music that we can turn up too.
But we not dancing.
But it's not turned up. Like, you listen to Ain't No Nigga. I keep it fresher than the next bitch. No lie, my bitch is bad and bougie. Bad, cooking up dough with a Uzi.
So,
like, it's just a different movement.
So that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. New York people don't have that swag to make dance music. We can give you a vibe. We're not gonna have you turned up in the club, and that could be